figured it out. I know how to finally do this. I can so now perfectly and clearly articulate how you can activate your magnetic feminine energy and let go. Welcome to the Start Somewhere podcast, the show that empowers women through mindset and manifestation. I'm your host, life and business mentor, Isabelle Prestia. And through my personal stories and insightful episodes, I help you fight fear, cultivate confidence, and feel empowered. If you're looking to live life on your terms, feel successful, and create abundance, you must first become a high-value woman. Luckily, this podcast shows you how to start, whether it's building a business, manifesting your dream partner, and becoming emotionally and financially fulfilled. So, are you ready to take the first step towards creating your reality? Let's start somewhere together. Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Start Somewhere, the podcast. My name is Isabelle Prestia. I'm your host, and I share content all on how to embody your feminine power, mindset, manifestation, motivational, and empowering content, all to help elevate your lifestyle and build your success. Guys, this is a top 50% podcast. I am also a business mentor. I have recently dabbled in the healing space and I just feel so called and it feels so right to be sharing so much more content on these episodes. I also am the most passionate human being under the sun. When it comes to meditation, I have a meditation app called Sala Wellness. This is where we have a bunch of different modalities in the mindfulness and the wellness space. As you can tell, I am walking, talking, breathing, living proof of all of my passions. I am extremely multi-passionate, and I truly believe that we should never have to put ourselves in a box, stick to one thing, stick to one title, and just explore one thing in this world. I truly believe if we have all these passions, we have all these desires, they are on our heart for a reason. And this is the safe space where I empower you to explore what those are, to see what those modalities could be. I love to share all of my insights from my business mentoring background, from my marketing background. I love to support and coach all of my clients to create a business that gives them the most fulfillment, whether that is emotionally, financially, both of them, and of course, freedom, because who does not want to live a life full of more freedom? And before I do get into it, I also have a free community specifically for women just like yourself. This is a like-minded space, and we are called the Start Somewhere Society. This is where I share a bunch of my exclusive mindset and manifestation content right here in a private Facebook group where we have almost 200 members. It is such a beautiful, safe space. I just want to share, I do keep it intimate. I do reject people. I do get quite a few males requesting to join and they get a hard decline because this is a safe space for women only. So if you would love to jump into our free community, it's an extension of the podcast. If you love what we share here, you will love the Facebook group. The link for that and all of my links will be in the show notes of this episode. I'm super pumped to be sharing another episode on my favorite topic at the moment, feminine energy. This is going to be all about how to activate your magnetic energy and letting go. And guys, I have been wanting to record this episode for about 3 to 4 weeks now. And it's really funny because I started on the notes app on my phone on this topic with this heading, how to let go. And the thing with me is that whenever I'm going through any challenging time, I'm always asking myself, okay, how can I turn this into content? How can I make this something so much more? And it was so funny. I had this as the title and I was like, once figured this out, turn this into a podcast episode. And guys, I figured it out. I know how to finally do this. I can so now perfectly and clearly articulate how you can activate your magnetic feminine energy and let go. We all need to let go. Whether we think we've let go, there's still more to let go. So right now, because I'm all about giving you actionable steps to take right this very second. So right now, whether you're walking, you're standing, you're driving, you're sitting, whatever you may be doing, I just want you to drop your shoulders, take a deep breath in, hold at the top, and an even slower breath out. The art of feminine energy is dropping into our body. It's dropping into our vessel, right? It's coming out of our mind. It's coming out of the, oh, I think I should be doing this, or, oh, I think this is right. We're canceling that out. And instead, we're focusing on how we're feeling, right? And this is such a beautiful first way to start. If you're somebody who's asking, how can I get more into my feminine energy? I don't think I'm doing it properly. I think I'm too much in my masculine. Just start to notice things as your words, your vocabulary. That's an instant sign. Are you saying things like, I think I should be doing this, or I think this person makes me feel this? Or are you focusing on the feeling? Eating this food feels so good for my body. Being around this friend feels so good for my heart. Being in this relationship feels so good for my nervous system, right? And so the thing is, letting go and healing my own feminine energy was the pivotal point for starting Start Somewhere. And this platform has been around, for context, since 2020. So, like I know many of the listeners and many people nowadays, I mean, guys, there are so many ways to make money online, right? And I dabbled in freelance marketing. I was doing freelance modeling and acting, and I worked in an e-com business. And it wasn't until I discovered this one solution that happened to work really well for me. I want to help women, just like yourself, to achieve abundance. And we know that one of the many ways of achieving this abundance is by having a business, right? Because this is where we are able to achieve having an unlimited cap on your income. So essentially, it's a way to create more freedom, both in your life, more financial freedom, and to feel more emotional fulfilled, because most likely you want to start a business that feels so aligned to your passions and to your values, right? And this was me back in the day. I knew I wanted to do something in health and wellness and mindset and personal development. And then the more steps I took, the more it unfolded. And I'm going to keep on sharing what this is here, because the thing is, there are numerous business ventures to explore, and all of them are viable. I know this from trying many myself, but it wasn't until I found this one particular solution that worked extremely well for me. I saw basically instant success. I started to see so much growth in myself and, of course, in my business. And I have not looked back since. And I'd love to offer you this model because it's both effective and rewarding, right? In terms of profit. We all want to make money, guys, end of the day. But most likely, the most important part, which is this beautiful divine feminine energy, is it was the most rewarding and still is the most rewarding in terms of emotional fulfillment, in terms of freedom. These are the things that I know when we are tapped into our most healthiest, our most divine feminine energy, these are the things we crave. We crave emotional fulfillment. We crave that beautiful, nurturing energy. We crave having freedom, right? We crave being expressive, being creative. And so this is something you would love to learn so much more about. Guys, I invite you to join my free masterclass. This is going to be all about the beautiful but potent topic of unleashing your feminine power. So this is going to be a free masterclass that teaches you how to become a high value woman. I'm going to be giving you all the resources, all the insights, all my personal tricks that I've used to harness my divine feminine energy to create emotional fulfillment. There's going to be a lot more information in the show notes. So check out the link in the show notes of this podcast. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram at Isabelle Prestia. That's ISABELLEPRESTIA, where I'm going to be sharing a bunch more content on the masterclass on this topic. And it's free, guys. You definitely want to get your spot, secure your seat. The masterclass will be running live. There will be a replay available also, but the replay will only be available for a certain number of days. So you are definitely going to want to jump in this. What I'm sharing in this is potent, it's powerful, it's what I wish I knew 18 months ago. But instead, I'm going to package it and deliver it in a beautiful, divine, feminine energy masterclass just for yourself. Ladies, how many of us struggle to accept help, to ask for help? Maybe you always have this need, this desire to be in control because maybe you think nobody's going to do it as right as you. So, this, my love, could be a sign of having a wounded feminine energy. This can be things such as you're too nice. Maybe you see being feminine as weak. I know that's what a lot of, movies and music, it really is what is communicated to us, is having this feminine energy. You're not strong, you're not solid, you're not all these things, but that's the opposite of the truth. Maybe you're somebody who you feel more powerful in your masculine behavior. So this comes back to never being able to ask for help, never being able to receive help, thinking you have to do everything on your own because nobody else can do it the same way you can. You're neglecting your self-care. Or maybe you're just doing it for the wrong reasons. You're not doing it because you want to feel that from within. You're doing it because you think it's what you should be doing, right? Maybe you're somebody who's always relying on your logic more than your intuition. How I started this episode, you're focusing on, I feel this, and you're focusing on, I think this, opposed to focusing on how things make you feel. You're trying to control your life. You're forcing, you're rushing, you're pushing. You're not allowing things to unfold just as they are. Maybe you just think cultivating beauty is shallow. You think taking care of yourself, doing your hair and makeup is something you shouldn't be doing, is something you shouldn't have to be doing. You think it's something that isn't needed. A big part as well is always saying sorry when nothing is wrong. Or maybe always feeling the need to please others instead of yourself. People pleasing is something we all love to do, especially as women. When in fact, the need to continuously please others is in fact doing you way more harm than good. This is because you're not in your power, right? You're not showing your worth. You're most likely not doing the things you actually want to do. You're thinking you need to please others first. Do you see what this is coming here? So this can all be a result of having wounded feminine energy, a crucial conversation to have. So healed feminine energy, it's strong, it has boundaries, it has standards. And best of all, it's open. It's open to accepting help, to receiving love. It drops that need to always be controlling, and it has the power to connect and to tap in. So you're probably wondering, okay, how can I recognize if my feminine energy is suppressed? Ask yourself, are you constantly in a state where you're feeling unfulfilled, disconnected, tired, overwhelmed? This is why throughout this episode, I'm going to be sharing how to activate your magnetic feminine energy. This is something that we all have within us, both males and females. For context, guys, as women, we embody and we have masculine energy just as much as males have feminine energy, right? And so the thing is, as females, being a female yourself, it is your birthright. You feel safer, you feel solid. It feels easier to be in your feminine energy. That doesn't mean that the masculine energy doesn't serve a purpose. It 1000% does. But majority of the time, you want to be in this beautiful femme state. And I'm going to share a few tips here. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 powerful actions to take. And these are things that I've done. These are things that I still do. And I'm going to start with the most simplest ones, and we're going to end with the most divine, potent ones. So you are definitely going to want to stick around. I'm also going to sprinkle a few really powerful, vulnerable, and also kind of shocking affirmations that I want you guys to practice and repeat. And these are not your typical, I feel XYZ, insert super fluffy feeling. These are things that are going to start to reprogram your subconscious mind, wow, words, to make yourself feel more at ease and more comfortable and more relaxed to be in this beautiful femme state. Also, guys, if you're watching me, I upload my episodes to YouTube. So if you watch me on YouTube, I recently got a new mic stand and I feel like a DJ. I kind of love it. It's so cool. So I'm just kind of having fun moving it around. So, I mean, yeah, that's some self-plug promo there. I'm now on YouTube, guys. Well, I have been up for quite a while. So if you want to watch me chat, jump on YouTube. Otherwise, let's just keep on rolling. All right, guys, the most classic thing just happened. I just really felt like not super grounded to keep talking and sharing the actions of this episode. So I actually just stopped recording, got up, put my activewear on, went for a walk. The weather is just so beautiful. I feel like the sunshine was just calling me to go outside. And I went for about an hour walk and now we're back. So if you are watching me, I'm in my activewear now. We've had an outfit change. But I think this really just complements the actions I'm going to share. And it also gave me some interesting insights as to what I'm going to share as well. So that clearly was supposed to happen. I think that just shows as well, coming back to the point and what I was talking about at the very start of this episode, it's this sense of freedom, like the fact I was able to just be like, nah, I just need a reset. Let me just go put on my bike shorts, put on my tank top and go for a walk out in the sunshine at like 2:30 in the afternoon on a Monday, and then come back and continue recording my podcast, which is part of my work, which is what I do to build my business. And that's just one of the many ways that I am just living such a life where I feel so proud and so happy at what I've created. And this has been such a manifestation of mine for years and years. And it's just so exciting and inspiring that I'm now able to share the exact way I did this with other people, with other women like yourself online, through my business, through my podcast, and through all of my communities. So I feel very excited about that. So the first one I'm going to be sharing is none other than what I just did, but to go out in nature. And this is all about grounding. Now, I want you to find your own version of grounding. And this can be as simple as walking barefooted on the grass, going out in nature. I essentially want you to find and start to create space, carve space, find your own version of solitude, away from social media, away from all of the noise. And a bit of a bonus tip here is be okay with going off path. A big thing I love to do when I go for my walks, and what I did just now, is I don't bring my phone with me. I don't have my AirPods in. I'm not listening to a podcast or to music, or I'm not calling a friend. I don't even have my phone with me, just my keys. And it's just so beautiful. I just start to bring so much more awareness to the world around me, as simple as, it's going to sound like really cringy here, but, the birds chirping and, the wind and the random noises you hear when you're walking and the traffic and, voices or whatever it may be. And it's just, it brings you this like awesome level of self-awareness, right? And when we can really portray and have this level of self-awareness that a lot of people don't embody, it's instantly and immediately setting you apart from the crowd, right? And it's instantly allowing you to harness this magnetism, this beautiful, potent feminine energy. And like feminine energy essentially is, all about appreciating these little things in life, appreciating the things that are free. And I think it's so beautiful if you can go on a walk without your phone, without an external device, and to still enjoy your time. And it's from like this abundance that's around us. It's from things that are literally free. And I just think finding your own version of grounding is the most powerful thing and the best first step you can take to really start to embody and start to activate your magnetic feminine energy. Hi ladies, I had to jump in here really quickly to share an exclusive announcement I'm so beyond excited about, and that is on the free masterclass I'm going to be hosting in May. Are you tired of feeling stuck in your business and not seeing the results you desire? Do you struggle with a scarcity mindset, lack confidence, and have limiting beliefs that hold you back from achieving your goals and manifesting abundance? If you're nodding your head and ready to level up your life, you won't want to miss my upcoming free masterclass. This is called How I Used Feminine Branding to Build an 11K per week business. This is going to be a 90-minute masterclass where I will be exposing the pillars of glowing success every high-value woman must know. Ladies, if you are a fan of the podcast, whether you've liked one or many episodes, this is the space that you 1000% need to be in. This is where I'm going to be sharing more on my personal journey of using feminine branding to build a successful business. So in this free masterclass, this is for the woman who is stuck in a scarcity mindset, has low momentum and self-trust, and is time poor, feeling unsure how to start. In the 90-minute class, you will crack the codes and find out how to harness the magnetic feminine energy that you don't even realize is blocked. You're going to also learn how to remove subconscious blocks that are stopping your abundance from flooding in, and how to find ultimate freedom and live life on your terms despite your current lifestyle. And I am going to be sharing a bonus announcement exclusive in the masterclass first. So if you enjoy these episodes, then you are not going to want to miss out on attending this free 90-minute masterclass. If so, join me live on Monday, May 15th at 4 p.m. ACST. That's Adelaide, South Australia time zone. So we are 30 minutes behind the rest of the East Coast of Australia. So 30 minutes behind Queensland, Sydney, and Melbourne, just for reference there. The recording will be available, but only for a short number of days. So I can't keep this out for long. For free, the content I spill is exclusive and high value for the high value woman. So do not wait, ladies. Register now for free by clicking the link in the show notes. Let's unlock your inner power and create the success and abundance you deserve this 2023. See you live on Monday, the 15th of May at 4 p.m. Next is to move your body. So specifically moving your hips. So yes, this can be movement, this can be a walk, this can be exercise. And what I did a little while back now is I actually did a pole dancing class with actually an old client of mine here in Adelaide. And this was a little while back, and this was the biggest thing out of my comfort zone. But this old client of mine, I think she did it like a couple times a week. And I don't even know how we got on this conversation, but she essentially was like, Isabelle, you need to come to this thing. I think you'd love it. And I felt so out of place. It was so challenging. I was so uncoordinated, but just this, like the safe space that was there, and seeing the other women do what they do, and just the movement that it requires, so much strength, so much mobility. And I think that is such a feminine way to really start to move your body. And okay, if you're like, a pole dancing class is definitely not on the cards for me. To start to move your body through dancing. And I love to just put my AirPods on and just listen to music, blaring, dancing in my room in front of the mirror. I often find I do this if I have been in a real work mode, if I've been sitting down at my desk or sitting on my bed on my laptop working. And it's like I just get this instant spark, this drive to move my body and to have fun and just to play. And by doing things like this, like, you don't actually realize how powerful they are to activating and like magnetizing this feminine energy. Because the thing is, when you're moving your body, specifically your hips, through dancing, through pole dancing, like I just shared, it's like you're allowing this energy to ripple, to move through your body. And it's ultimately going to support you so much with the art of letting go. Next is to be more playful, be more spontaneous, have more fun. This is the most divine energy practice. And I want you to start to ask yourself, how can you incorporate more play in your life? But firstly, ask yourself, what does play look like for you? It's going to be different for so many people, right? For me, it's mostly things that involve not being in front of a screen, not sitting down at my desk, not being on my laptop, not watching things on Netflix, not being on my phone scrolling. Recently, I went to go see a live show, and it was just so much fun going to the theater. I went with my mum and my sister, and I mean, for context, I was a drama kid back in the day. So it was a lot of fun just to really go back, into this divine feminine energy, but also this is a bit of, tapping back into our inner child and doing that kind of stuff. So being more playful and more spontaneous is a crucial step. Okay, next, embracing rest, going slow, allowing more time to do your routine. And this really comes back to, my whole word of this year is lush. And to me, this really is so much of this divine feminine energy embodiment and practicing. So allowing this slow, gentle movement, episode 100 of the podcast was all about my soft girl era, as I like to call it. So when I was really reflecting yet again, it was allowing time to breathe and to be, and to be single focused, to not be scrolling your phone when you're doing a million other things, being kinder to yourself, all these really, really powerful modalities. Okay, next. Embrace and surround yourself with beauty. Now, I don't mean shallow, vain beauty metrics and all that kind of fluffy bullshit. I'm talking about, firstly, I truly believe this is the most divine feminine practice, embracing your beauty. So start to ask yourself, how can you radiate beauty both internally and externally? So what I mean by from this is from both your inside and your outside world. So internal, it's those practices, as I mentioned in the previous point, it's those practices that are all about your well-being, being slower with your routines, your rituals, taking the time, waking up earlier if that means that you don't have X amount of hours in the morning or even minutes to do the things that you know are going to serve your inside world. Your outside world, it's doing things such as taking care of your mind, your body, your soul. Doing things for your outside world, it's taking care of your skin, it's cleaning up your space, it's doing your hair, your makeup, even if you want to, wearing your favorite jewelry and perfume, even when it's not a special occasion. I think this is so crucial. How many of us listening right now, do we save a certain perfume, for example, or maybe a certain bag, and we're like, no, this is reserved for quote unquote a special occasion? The day you can start to acknowledge that every day gets to be a special occasion, I guarantee you, is the day when so much of your life is going to change in terms of how you can really start to romanticize more of your life. And I know this was a big topic and a big conversation I spoke about on our last episode, all on this topic as well, romanticizing so much of your life. I highly, highly recommend you go and check that out after this episode as well. It will be, I think, not the last one, but the one before. It's in the title, all about romanticizing your life. And that is a crucial, crucial part of tapping in and even beginning to tap into more divine feminine energy, into more of this state. And this is also so much more of what I'm going to be sharing in my free masterclass. Hi ladies, just interrupting this podcast episode real quick to ask you this question. Do you want to transform your relationship with money and unlock your wealthy woman mindset? I have completely unraveled and gone down the rabbit hole of money mindset. And guys, the transformational shifts I've received from doing specific journal prompts and money mindset affirmations have brought about tens of thousands of dollars into my life. I'm not even joking. If this sounds exciting, then you are going to want to check out my free money mindset journal prompts. These are designed to help you shift your limiting beliefs around money and step into a more abundant and successful version of yourself. To get these prompts, sign up to Society Mail, which is my email list exclusively for high value women who want to live life on her own terms, feel successful, and create abundance. You will not only get instant access to the money mindset journal prompts, but you will also receive weekly tips and inspiration to help grow your business and elevate your mindset. So what are you waiting for, my love? Sign up for Society Mail today for free and get your free copy of a female entrepreneur's playbook. Unlock your wealthy woman mindset. So guys, those are all the points I have for you today for how you can activate your magnetic feminine energy. I do want to share this reminder as well. Before we do wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that you, my love, have the power to create the life you truly deserve. And as I'm recording this right this moment, this is also a message for myself. Be okay with the plan pivoting. Be okay with heading down a path that maybe you hadn't actually thought of before. Because the more we can let go, surrender, like what I shared in the previous points, the more, so many things, the more life is going to pleasantly surprise you, the more the universe can deliver you something so divine that your beautiful mind couldn't even comprehend yet, right? And I share this because, a bit of context actually, as I was editing this episode this morning, so it's Tuesday and this episode is going to be going up on the following Monday for some even more context. And as I was editing it, when I got to the end, half the audio was completely crackly and ruined. I don't know why. So I had to quickly jump on here and re-record those final few points. And I just think it's so interesting, the timing of all this. Like I'm always, trusting for what purpose did this happen? Like, what other insights can I get? I mean, this episode has actually, I've recorded this over 3 separate occasions. How interesting is that? And the thing is, the reason I'm pre-framing and prefacing all of this is because it's the end of my day now, and the day I've had so far, I have had a really interesting realization in terms of the next transition in my whole entrepreneurship journey. And, you know, I really do see and believe the title I wear as entrepreneurship. I truly, truly do not ever want to be wearing one hat, one business, one title. That's it. I know I'm going to have so many future businesses. I've got my business at the moment, Start Somewhere, which is a coaching, life, business, mentoring. It's a whole bunch of things, content creation, this platform obviously as well. And I know something new is coming. And it's so interesting because the conversation I had today with somebody, and even with my friend the other night as well, we're chatting about this. And I know that my next business is coming and it's here before I could even prepare for it, right? And it's such a scary jump, but in like the best way, a scary jump. And I think it's such a beautiful reminder that I do get to wear multiple hats, and I do get to fulfill the role of so many different versions of myself. And there's no way I would get to where I am right now if I had not gone through my whole entire, past over a year of running my coaching business, of course, of having this platform as well. The amount of self-development I've done is extreme in the best way possible. It's honestly allowed me to blossom into the human being I am right this very second. And I know the next chapter, the next venture, my next adventure is something that has come about so divinely. And if I was to get this opportunity even a month ago, I would not be in the position, the place, the right state to receive it the way that I now am. And I hope this is all making sense, but I want to share this whole realization. Like, I firstly want to honor the fact I'm back here recording for the 3rd time on a different date throughout this whole episode. And I just think there's so much power in this episode. Like, I truly, truly feel that. I'm very excited to go back and edit and listen to it, because I honestly get a lot of wisdom as well. It's really cool to experience that. And the whole reason I'm going on this whole entire tangent and ramble is to be okay with pivoting, be okay with the change planning, be open, be in that receivership energy, that beautiful, divine, feminine receivership energy. And where I was going with this whole entire tangent here at the end of the episode, before we do wrap up, is I want to share from consuming this powerful content, this episode, any other pieces of my content you listen to, especially about this topic of magnetic energy, feminine energy, cultivating success, overcoming limiting beliefs, I encourage you to take action towards creating more in your life. Whether your focus is more emotional fulfillment, financial fulfillment, freedom, insert another outcome that you want. And just know that there are countless ways to make money. There are countless ways to find what that emotional fulfillment could be. If you are wanting more financial fulfillment, there's things such as starting online businesses, starting an e-com business. I know I mentioned this at the start. Opening cafes, teaching yoga, offering cleaning services. And just know, if you are feeling called to explore more, you are most definitely want to join this free masterclass that I'm hosting, that I've shared in the ad break of this episode. It'll be in the show notes of this episode as well. And the reason I really encourage you to attend this masterclass, whether you're a business owner, you want to own a business, or you're just really interested, you just really enjoy taking care of your mind, you want to become more of this high value woman, is because the content I'm sharing in this masterclass, it's going to support you in getting clear on whether you do go down the pathway of building a business that aligns with your passions and values, whether you do go down the pathway of focusing more on another area of your life. It's going to give you the tools, the knowledge. It's going to support you to create that next step for you. That next step that aligns with having more emotional and financial fulfillment, having a more positive impact, whilst living a life of freedom and abundance. So if you're ready to take the leap and start living that life you truly desire, whether you have crystal clear clarity or you have not a single clue, I invite you to join my free masterclass. This is all in becoming a high value woman. It is time, my love, to explore and to follow that pull of building something that aligns with your passions and values, of building that lifestyle, of building that life, of building that business, or whatever that thing may be. I really want to stress that it can be so many different things and be so open to pivoting. In this masterclass, we are going to cover everything you need to know. We're going to cover the key pillars of success that you need to know to create something successful. So, my love, do not hesitate to join and start living your best life today. All the deets will be in the show notes of this podcast, as well as on my Instagram and in another episode to come, all on this beautiful topic. But I will love you and leave you and chat with you in next week's episode. By the way, guys, PS, we are doing a couple episodes a week over the next month or so because your girl has a backlog of content. So Mondays and Fridays is where we have a couple episodes coming out a week. So I hope you're enjoying the bonus extra content, but we will go back to once a week on a Monday because I don't have a million versions of myself. So I will love you and leave you. Have a beautiful Friday if this is when you're listening. Otherwise, have a beautiful whatever day you're listening to. I'm just rambling now. And I hope to see you in our masterclass. I'm so pumped. Bye, guys. I feel like I need to go out in nature right now. I think that's what I'm going to do. And that's all from me in this episode. Here are 3 ways you can contribute to Start Somewhere. Number 1, leave us a 5-star rating and review on either the Spotify and Apple podcast or both. Screenshot this episode and share it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at Isabelle Prestia. That's ISABELLEPRESTIA. And lastly, copy this episode URL and send it to a friend who you think will find value from our conversation. Thank you for starting somewhere.